saw the season prediction yesterday. Those were fun. You guys seem to actually enjoy them a lot more. If you haven't seen them, I won't spoil anything for you, but a lot of people seem to like my picks this year as opposed to prior years. So if you haven't checked out that video, make sure you check it out after you watch this one. But in today's video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about 10 MVP candidates for the National League. Now, I'm going to be giving you the 10 favorites. This is based off of betting odds, as well as once there were ties, I basically decided myself who I thought was the best one. So I'm going to tell you the player, I'm going to give you the betting odds, and I'm going to tell you why they're a good pick, and ultimately at the end, give you who I think is going to be my best bang for your buck pick, and who my favorite to win the MVP would be. So as always, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it. That's the best way to show your support in the channel. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, this is where it's going to be every single day, so click that sub button, join the team. Get in the comment section down below. I want to know who your guys' pick is for the National League MVP. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. 2,000 likes, we'll do the AL MVP in a couple days. Make sure you drop me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, all my social media, links in the description down below. And I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Auction of Champions. Auction of Champions is the best online auction house for sports memorabilia that you guys are going to find. They've been a sponsor of this channel for years now. Really good people over there, great customer service, great fast shipping, and all the stuff they put on their website is legit. It comes with certificates of authenticity. So go to auctionofchampions.com, link in the description, go register on their website, let them know that GiraffeNeckMarc sent you, and then start checking out some of the amazing auctions they have, specifically the March 13th bonus baseball auction where there's a signed Ken Griffey Jr. jersey, Albert Pujols bat, Ronald Acuna Jr. rookie card, Nolan Ryan jersey, Chipper Jones, Garrett Cole, the list goes on and on. They have incredible memorabilia of all sports on there, and specifically for viewers of my channel and my videos, we're going to be giving away a Ronald Acuna PSA 10 2018 Topps Heritage Chrome Purple Refractor rookie card on the Auction of Champions website. Link is in the description for the giveaway. Winner will be announced next week in a video, and they even sent me for this video a jersey of a possible MVP candidate, Christian Yelich. I mean, this thing is so sick. Look at it. Fanatics, the real deal. And the crispy signature on the back of Christian Yelich. This is the kind of stuff you can get on auctionofchampions.com. Coming in at the number 10 spot with plus 1,500 odds, Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies. I really like the pick of Bryce Harper from an MVP standpoint, especially with these odds, because Bryce Harper the last few years, honestly, since 2017, has been an MVP type player, even though he hasn't been getting the recognition. But I think 2021 could possibly be the year where he starts to get a little more traction, because he's put up a 924 OPS the last 4 seasons, averaging 40 homers and 40 doubles per 162 games, even stealing 15 bags, a 272 average, 394 on base, 530 slugging. Those are disgusting numbers across the board. The Phillies are going to be a team that's competing for a playoff spot, and if they sneak in there, it's going to probably be on the back of Bryce Harper. So while he's a guy who you might not have as one of your favorites, I think he's a pretty safe bet to be in the MVP conversation, especially after the fantastic year he had in 2020 where he finished with a 962 OPS and walked more than he struck out. Bryce Harper with the Phillies is a legitimate MVP candidate. He's worth that 30 mil a year for sure. Coming in at number 9, Nolan Arenado of the St. Louis Cardinals at plus 1,200 odds. Now, Nolan Arenado at plus 1,200, a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. But if there is a third baseman in the National League who's able to win an MVP, it's gonna be Nolan Arenado. The glove plus the bat is unbelievable. It's unmatched right now. He's the best third baseman in baseball in my eyes. Now, a lot of people don't agree with me, but he can really prove those haters wrong in St. Louis this year if he has another massive season. Now, 2020 was a down year, only played 48 games in a 60-game season, a little bit of injuries here, a little bit of COVID. The glove was still great, but the bat was not. Career low in batting average, second worst on base percentage, slugging, and OPS of his career. It was not a good season for him, but now he's in St. Louis in a winning scenario with a winning team and a team that has a chance to make the playoffs. I like the odds for Nolan Arenado to be an MVP because he's going to be involved in winning baseball, and he's just one of the most talented players in the league. People have been sleeping on him. Don't sleep on Arenado anymore. He has a potential to be an MVP in St. Louis. He's also just got like way more protection there too with Goldschmidt, DeYoung, even a guy like Yachty. There's a lot more protection there than there was in the Rockies lineup. Next up at number 8, shockingly, we have the MVP of last season, Freddie Freeman at plus 1,200 as well. Now, Freddie Freeman at plus 1,200 might seem like a no-brainer, but you have to keep in mind that last year he won in a 60-game season. As the games get longer and there's more and more games played, his numbers are going to even out a little bit more. I don't think he'll finish with an 1,100 OPS because if he does, well, he will be the MVP. But also his value at first base is going to get diminished just because of the amount of games being played by everybody else at their other position. That being said, if there's a first baseman to win it, it's Freddie Freeman. 13 homers, 23 doubles last year in 60 games, a 341 average, 462 on base, 640 slugging, 1102 OPS. I mean, that is by far the best 60-game stretch probably of his career, best season that he's had, and that was at 30 years of age. He's right in his prime. He is going to be an MVP candidate. The last 3 years, we've seen him finish inside the top 5 once and inside the top 10 twice, along with winning it last year. He's a special player, fantastic hitter. He does everything you want. He's extremely consistent, and at plus 1,200, not a terrible bet. Going to be a little tough for him to win it, especially because he is a first baseman on a team that's going to have another MVP candidate, but he is incredibly talented at at the plate and you put up 1100 OPS, you can't not give the guy an MVP. For the fourth player in today's video, ranked at the number 7 spot, Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets, getting plus 1200 odds as well. Francisco Lindor had a down year in 2020 and people are down on him for some reason. I don't understand why. All of a sudden, Francisco Lindor is not a top shortstop after 60 games, but before 2020, everyone was saying by far he is the best shortstop in baseball. So it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why after a down 2020 season with COVID that has taken him completely off of people's boards as a top 2 shortstop in the league, if not number 1. But he's obviously got an insane glove in the field. He's just phenomenal at shortstop. And at the plate prior to 2020, from 17 to 19, he was averaging 153 games a season, 34 homers, 42 doubles, 21 stolen bases, a 278 average, 342 on base, 514 slugging, 856 OPS. Disgusting, especially with his glove and his base running ability. Francisco Lindor's a top player in the league, and you're getting him at plus 1200 odds. Not too shabby. Also, he's on the Mets, so I really hope he wins the MVP because, like, that means good things for the Mets, and that makes me happy. Now for the player with the 6th lowest odds in the National League, Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers, and put a star, circle this one. This is my fantastic pick for National League MVP at plus 1200. You're getting the same odds as guys like Lindor, Freeman. For a guy who's won an MVP back in 2018, has had 2 seasons of 1,000 plus OPSs, and last year, while it was a down year, still managed to finish with an OPS almost at 800 and was hitting the ball at an elite rate for hard hit percentage. He just started off the season really slow with like a 3 for 30 slump, and he couldn't recover from there. But Christian Yelich, if there's anybody due to have a bounce back season, it's this guy. 18 and 19. We know about the seasons, but let's go over him because that's what he's going to do in order to be an MVP. He averaged 138 games played, 40 homers, 32 doubles, 5 triples, 104 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases, hitting 327 with a 415 on base, 631 slugging, and 1046 OPS. OPS plus at 171. He honestly probably should have won the MVP in 2019. It's just he missed the last month of the season, which is what gave it to Cody Bellinger. But Christian Yelich had better offensive numbers. He led the league in batting average, on base, slugging, and OPS. He was phenomenal. So don't look too much into the 58 games of 2020. Look at what he did in the past in 18 and 19 and go, oh my goodness, there's an MVP pick in the making right here, and he's got plus 1200 odds. I love the Christian Yelich pick here. He feels like the best bang for your buck right now in the National League MVP race. Now getting the top 5 started, coming in at the number 5 spot, Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. is one of the best players in the league. I mean, he's a top 5 player in the league in my eyes. What he can do at the plate, on the base paths, in the field, you don't find that too often, and he's only 23 years old this season. He's still got his best baseball ahead of him, most likely. Last year, one thing we saw from him is that the batting average did go down a bit, the strikeouts went up, but he was walking at a rate we haven't seen him do yet, and the slugging percentage went up. He arguably was a better hitter in 2020, despite having a lower batting average. I know it's weird to say, but that's a thing now. In 46 games, he hit 14 homers, 11 doubles, stole 8 bases, 250 average, which I said is a career low, 406 on base though, career high by about 40 points, 581 slugging, career high by about 30 points, and a 987 OPS. I mean, he only finished 12th in the MVP voting, and I think it's because of the 46 games, plus Freeman was also on his team and Ozuna, but Ronald Acuna Jr., I mean, had an insane season last year, and if he can keep up a close to 1,000 OPS over a 162 game season, he has a good of a chance as anybody in Major League Baseball to win an MVP. He's an exciting young player, hits home runs, steals bases, he does everything you need. For the 4th best odds to win the National League MVP, I was shocked to see that it's Fernando Tatis Jr., not because he's not good. He's unbelievable. He's a top 10 player in the league. I honestly thought he was going to be one of the favorites because of all the hype around him. But at number 4, plus 850, pretty decent look right there. In 143 games in his career so far, Tatis has 39 homers, 24 doubles, 8 triples, 27 stolen bases, hitting 301 with a 374 on base, 582 slugging, and 956 OPS. When we're talking MVP race, he's a fantastic pick. He means so much to that Padres team. He's the face of baseball right now. I don't think that's arguable. I think that's pretty obvious without a doubt. He's got the flashy glove in the field. Everybody's watching this guy play. He is must-watch baseball, and he is what really pushes that Padres team to the next level. They're going to be in competitive baseball in 2021, competing for that National League West crown, competing for a World Series, and it's going to be led by Fernando Tatis Jr. The one thing that does concern me a little bit with the MVP race is that Tatis has yet to play a full season. 84 games in 2019 and 60 in 2020. We saw him cool down a little bit in the last month of the season. How is he going to adjust to a full 162? That's yet to be seen, but the talent is through the roof for Fernando Tatis Jr. I would never doubt this guy and being able to win an MVP this season. Next up at the number 3 spot, former MVP in 2019, Cody Bellinger of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who's at plus 800. Now, Cody Bellinger at plus 800, not gonna lie, one of my least favorite picks on this list. I think Bellinger is an MVP candidate for sure. He's got the power. He plays possibly the best outfield in baseball, has a cannon of an arm, just means so much to this Los Angeles Dodgers team, but we now have seen about a season and a half of inconsistent baseball from him where he's just not at an MVP level, 2018 and 2020. That being said, I think Cody Bellinger is still a top 10 player player in the game, arguably top 5, and I don't think he's going to have a down year like he did in 2020 again. I think if you find a nice in-between, which kind of looks like his rookie year, he's still going to finish top 10 in the MVP voting, and then you can kind of take into account that he's getting better, he's getting a little bit older, those numbers can improve. So if you want to look at projectable numbers for this year, Baseball Reference projects him to finish with 32 homers, 27 doubles, 86 RBIs, and 887 OPS with a 270 average, 366 on base, 521 slugging, which is a little bit worse than his rookie of the year season, and I think that's a little harsh for Cody Bellinger, but also that's still a fantastic year. He's still a great player. Plus 800 though for the MVP odds. This one's probably one of my least favorite choices on the list. Still a great MVP candidate for sure though. And then coming in at number 2, but technically tied for the best odds for National League MVP, Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how crazy I go for Juan Soto. I mean, this guy is just the best hitter in baseball. I know Mike Trout exists, but Juan Soto right now might be a better hitter. It's really, really close. And I wouldn't feel crazy saying he is, even if it only was for 47 games last year. He's just so good. 47 games, 13 homers, 14 doubles, 37 RBIs, a 351 average, 490 on base, 695 slugging, and 1185 OPS at only age 21. He's going into his age 22-year-old season and projected to have an OPS at 960. Juan Soto's power is just starting to come along. His eye is unmatched at the plate. He walked 41 times and only struck out 28 last season. That's unheard of for a 21-year-old. An 1100 OPS, he would have been the MVP if he played more games and if the Washington Nationals were competitive, but because of the lack of games played and the fact that the Nationals stunk, he was punished. He finished 5th in the MVP voting, but Juan Soto is absolutely disgusting. He is a top 3 player in the league. The talent is through the roof, and he has a really, really good shot at winning the MVP. That's why he's towards the top of this video. And then coming in at the number 1 spot, again, tied with Juan Soto, Mookie Betts at plus 750 as well. Mookie Betts, the number 2 player in baseball. I mean, when you talk about the top 3, it goes Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, Juan Soto. So those two make sense at the top, and Mookie Betts at number 1, that really makes sense. At the plate, he's one of the best hitters in the league. In the field, he's one of the best fielders. You put those together and you get one of the best players. Last year with the Dodgers in 55 games, 16 homers, 9 doubles, 10 stolen bases, a 292 average, 366 on base, 562 slugging, and 927 OPS, give him an OPS plus of 927. He finished 2nd in the MVP voting, won a Gold Glove, won a Silver Slugger. He's fantastic on the base paths, has a great eye. We saw the power actually increase last year in 2020, which is a great sign for Mookie Betts. Only 28 years old, entering his physical prime. He is going to be a player you have to watch. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. You knew how good Mookie Betts was, but just because he is one of the favorites to win the National League MVP doesn't mean he's a bad pick. At plus 750 still, you have great value there because there's a really, really good shot Mookie Betts and or Juan Soto are going to win the MVP. They're the 2 best players in this league. So Mookie Betts, even at plus 750, it's a pretty solid pick in my eyes. So those are the 10 players that have the best chance to win the MVP according to betting odds, as well as they're just really good players. Those are who the betting odds are going to. Now, for my opinion, best bang for your buck, I truly think you're looking at Christian Yelich at plus 1200. I know I picked him in my season prediction video, but he's a guy who's won an MVP before, could have won it back-to-back years, and people are kind of sleeping on him because he's had a down year, but the NL Central has horrendous pitching this season. Christian Yelich is due for a bounce back, still hit the ball very hard last year. He makes a lot of sense as a great bang for your buck pick. The person who I think is probably going to win MVP the easiest is going to be either Juan Soto or Mookie Betts, and those are the 2 favorites, and it makes the most sense. Mookie Betts playing in Los Angeles, pretty filthy player, arguably could have won it last year, and same thing with Juan Soto. Juan Soto is going to be putting up video game type numbers. The home runs, RBIs, batting average, on base, slugging, OPS, it's all going to be there. Either of those guys are probably your safest picks. Christian Yelich being the best bang for your buck. That's a guy who can legitimately win at plus 1200 odds right now. So I'd love to know who you guys are picking for the MVP down in the comments section below. Remember, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. 2,000 plus likes, I'll bring you the AL MVP. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Click that sub button, join the team. Drop me a follow on my social media, links in the description, and make sure you guys go check out Auction of Champions for all your sports memorabilia needs. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.